Hey everyone, George here from Hyperscalers. I hope you're doing well. Here in the Hyperscalers laboratory, we are running up a very exciting test on the S5B Tier 0 storage server. And I'm here with our CTO, Anune Sinha. So he'll be helping us to run up this test for a customer belonging in the scientific, education, community. And this particular server has 8 DCPMs installed, or data center persistent memory. So is it RAM? Is it storage? It's both. In this particular case, it's been set up as a app direct storage. And here's a bit of an overview of the server itself. So it's the S5B, world's densest storage server. Nobody's got a 12-bay storage server, but in this particular case, we'll be going through the DCPM disk performance test, and Nate's going to kind of run us through it. Just before we start, Nate, do you want to add a bit of context to this whole thing? What are we doing exactly, mate?
So as we see that we are trying to evaluate the DCPM Octane DIMMs. So we are trying to see in what way DCPM can be utilized in various configurations. So in this particular case, we have 8 DCPMs populated with 16 gig RAM in combination. So altogether we have 128 gig DRAM and 8 of Optane DCPMs, each of 128 gigs. So that is typically 1:8 ratio, which is mandated as minimum for such configuration. As the specification says that DCPM can work as DIMM or as storage or in a mixed mode. In our case, for this situation, we have configured all 8 DCPM as a storage mode where the application can see the DCPM as a storage drive. So if we see here, for example, we have the visibility of all eight DIMMs here, and I can run a couple of tests to show that. So for example, if I run this command, this shows that the operating. So I am running Windows Server 2019 here, and this will have visibility of all the Optane drives connected to the system. So in our case, we have 8 of them, each 128 gigs, but 2 gigs are used for the configuration purpose. Remaining is visible as a drive to the operating system. So now what I am doing is I am going to run a disk speed test which uses a 4K data buffer, and it runs 8 threads, and altogether it creates 100 blocks. That is about 400K total file. And if I run, so this particular test is running on E drive, so I have mounted one of the drives as a E partition on the system. So if I run that, this test would be executed on this particular drive, and it will give me some performance numbers. So it takes about 30 seconds to execute, and after that we'll see what number does it give. So as per the standard, we should expect about 6 to 7 gigabyte per second read performance.
Wow, that's huge.
And we'll see how it comes. So typically that's a good data. That's a good data point to show the capability of Optane drives as a storage node. So typically so we can see here we are hitting something around 6.2 gigabyte per second. So we can see there are 8 threads running here, each running about 800 megabytes. Altogether we are hitting about 6.2 gigabytes. So as we scale it up, as we put more file system capabilities, application can scale smoothly, and we can multiply the performance as we scale the Optanes.
Very exciting. And what sort of use case applications would this typically?
It depends. I mean, typically it would use Cassandra or very high speed database evaluation software. I know SAP is coming big time with this, where they are improving their boot time using Optane, where typically SAP HANA would take longer time to boot or sort of run analytics, and they plan to use Optane to optimize those performances.
Very exciting. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I hope that was exciting for everyone as it was for us. Thank you, and see you again.